Hostiles. Incoming.
This one's mine. Shield!
System disrupted.
They're here!
System forward.
Contact here.
Have a good start.
Hey, what is up everyone? The LDB is back at it again. Sorry I've been a ghost for the last month or so, but at the end of TU 10.1, the game was very stagnant, and from a creator's perspective, we just really were not in a good place. But I am back now, and I've got a whole list of things coming very soon, so stay tuned for that. Now today, I brought you all something very special, my no-reload Chatterbox Hunter's Fury build for TU11. Now, it's not exactly a no-reload, we still have to reload at some certain point, right? But it's been minimized significantly with this build, as you can see from the gameplay. Now, it took me some time getting used to, as I'm really not the biggest SMG guy, but this thing definitely smacks. So I hope you all enjoy and find this video helpful. If you do, please do me a huge favor and smash that like button. Subscribe for future Division content if you are new to the channel. Hit me up on Twitter, and feel free to drop a comment down there below. So let's get into this. Alright everyone, and here it is. Now before we get into this, I just want to say that there are many different ways that you can run this build and have it be effective. I'm probably going to do one, if not two different variations of this build on top of this one because, like I said, there's just so many different ways that you can use it and have it be effective. So stay tuned for those. Now this one right here, I'm going to be using the Gunner specialization simply because we get that extra armor on a kill. That's going to stack with the actual brand set that we're using, so pretty much a go-to for me. As far as the core attributes go, we're talking 6 reds, 0 blue, 0 yellow. The minor attributes, 8 red, 0 blue, 0 yellow. Our armor is at 726,000, health 330,000, and we have no skill tiers. So let's get into these weapons. Alright, so for my primary weapon, it is the Chatterbox. I haven't pulled this thing out in a long time, but when I did, I was pleasantly surprised. It's hitting for 106.1k per bullet base damage, 700 RPM with 60 in the mag. We got 60 in the mag. Pretty big mag there. That's definitely going to help us out a lot. Now, as far as the attributes go, as you can see, pretty much maxed out. Not 100%, but I guess it will do. Now, as far as the talent goes, we have incessant chatter. I don't know how to say that, but regardless, when you reload, rate of fire is increased by 20% for each enemy within 15 meters for the duration of that magazine. Max stacks of 5. Kills refill 50% of your magazine. 50% of your mag every time you drop someone. So that's how we're going to keep that mag going over and over again, and with that extra RPM buff, it gets nasty. So basically you run up, you drop an NPC, reload, and then you have that extra RPM, and from there on out, you're just going to keep refilling your mag, and it just goes on and on and on and on. I've done complete floors on Summit without even reloading. It is amazing. I love this thing. Now, as far as my secondary goes, I'm just going to be using an MPX. In all honesty, I have not really even been using this. It does hit like a truck, I will have to say, but really, to each their own. Whatever you want to use for your secondary, it doesn't really matter if you're using that Chatterbox primarily. But this right here, MPX, is a beauty. 131.7k per bullet base damage, guys. That's huge right there. RPM is 850 with 50 in the mag, maxed out attributes there, and we've got Optimist on it, so the longer I'm shooting, the more damage I'm going to be doing. Gotta love that right there. Now, if it gets real nitty gritty, which I really haven't even had to use. We have the specialization weapon for the gunner, and it has perfect preservation. Killing an enemy repairs 12% armor over 5 seconds. So it's just another way to push that extra armor coming in if you really get into a pinch, I guess. But overall, just let them have it with the Chatterbox and you'll be doing great. So let's get on to these gear pieces. Alright, so let's start out with the mask here. It is Hunter's Fury. I absolutely love this set. This thing hits like a truck. You just have to simply get in your head. You've got to get close. That's all it is, because I'm more of an AR guy, LMG guy, and having to get up that close, you really got to be on your toes. But that's part of the fun, right? That's part of the fun. I love this thing. It's been working out great. The 2-piece gives us 15% shotgun damage, 15% SMG damage. The 3-piece gives us 20% armor on a kill and 100% health on a kill. 100% health on a kill, and that's got me thinking, guys, so I might have something up my sleeve for that one. Now, as far as the 4-piece goes, we have Apex Predator. Enemies within 15 meters receive a debuff, applying your weapon damage against them by 20%. Killing a debuffed enemy with your weapon disorients other enemies within 5 meters. Amplifies weapon damage by 5% for 10 seconds, stacking up to 5 times. Are you kidding me? So this stacks up to 5 times. The Chatterbox stacks up to 5 times. You see where I'm going with this? It's a beautiful thing. It's definitely a beautiful thing. Now, as far as the attributes go on this, we've got maxed out weapon damage, crit damage, and a maxed out crit damage mod. So pretty straightforward on that. So let's get on to the chest piece. Alright, so on to the chest piece here. It is Sokolov. We get that plus 10% SMG damage just for wearing it. Now, as far as the attributes go, they're definitely not the best, but you know what? It doesn't really matter. This thing is so strong. This build, it just hits like a truck, and if I get a better chest piece, I'll be happy, but until then, no sweat. It's not really a big deal. We got some weapon damage, crit chance, crit damage, and some more crit damage for the mod, and then we have the talent Intimidate, while you have bonus armor amplifies total weapon damage by 35% to enemies within 10 meters, on top of everything else we're doing. 35% up. Gotta love that right there. Now, as far as the holster goes, it is also Hunter's Fury. We have some weapon damage and crit damage on there. Pretty straightforward on that. We have the knee pads, again, Hunter's Fury. And we have some weapon damage, crit damage on those as well. Now, the gloves here, they are also Hunter's Fury, but I went ahead and put some crit chance on there with that weapon damage just to push it up that extra little bit. If I could get a couple better rolls on some pieces, I could take that off and put crit damage, but until then, like I said before, it's working out great. I love this build. Now, as far as the backpack goes, this thing is a must in my opinion. The Matador. It is the Walker and Harris named backpack. We get that plus 5% weapon damage up. Weapon damage, push that weapon damage as much as you can. The attributes, again, are not perfect, but again, it's working out just great. The talent really is what makes it. We have perfect adrenaline rush. Whenever you are within 10 meters of an enemy, gain 23% bonus armor for 5 seconds. Stacks up to 3 times. The cooldown is 5 seconds. Oh, so you just keep rushing them, and you just keep getting that extra armor proc, and that's going to proc the extra damage up on top of everything else that we're doing right here. And the Chatterbox, you don't even need to really reload most of the time. I mean, unless you're getting into those really high up legendary missions. So overall, guys, definitely try this out. It has been a blast. Alright, so before we go off to the stat sheet, really quick, let's go over these skills, right? I'm going to be using the Crusader Shield because, for me, it feels like it's just an extra layer of armor that you have, as long as they're not shooting you from the side or behind. 1.4 million extra hit points to take off before they start damaging you. That definitely helps out a lot. Now, it does crack pretty easy, but it's only got an 18-second cooldown, so that's really not a big deal. But in my opinion, you don't need to use a shield. At first, I wasn't using a shield, but I kind of found out that it's a good idea depending on how aggressive your playstyle is. How fast you can get up in their face depends how much you're going to actually use the shield, if that makes sense. So other than that, moving on to the Defender drone. I know that's something, you know, again, outside of the box. A lot of people are going with the decoy and whatnot, but I like the Defender drone. When that thing's just hovering right over your head and then a bunch of guys come out the door, it definitely helps you out a lot. It does get popped pretty easy, but again, it's just that extra layer of armor. 1.1 million hit points. The cooldown's only 18 seconds, so, you know, not that bad. It takes away 20% of the damage coming in. So, try things out, guys. See what works for you, and let's go on to the stat sheet now. Alright, everyone, so before we go ahead and sign off, let's just do a quick little recap breakdown here on the stat sheet. Now, the primary weapon talents that I'm going to be using are the It's the chatter talent. I'm not going to butcher it again, guys. I'm really not. We have Optimist on my secondary. We have Perfect Preservation on my sidearm. And we also have a minigun to play with. Hey, that's always a good time right there. Now, as far as the weapon stats go, we're talking 106,000 per bullet. We have 60% crit hit chance maxed out, 153 crit hit damage with 70 headshot damage. Now, if I cycle over to the MPX really quick, we're talking 52.8 crit hit chance with 158 crit hit damage, 70 headshot damage. So, pretty similar. Regardless, whatever you're using, it's going to be doing some real nice numbers. Now, as far as the range goes, this is where it's at right here, guys. This is where I kind of realized, hey, man, you really got to get up close. 15 meters. That is not very far at all. But the good thing is both of our talents on our chest and backpack proc within that range, so it goes hand in hand. 1.4 second reload time. Look at that. Click clack. You barely even know what happened and you're reloaded. Gotta love that there. Now, I do have all these 20%ers down here, 10% for my watch, all that good stuff. Now, as far as the offense goes, we're talking 92.9 all weapon damage bonus with 55 SMG damage bonus. Woo! Gotta love that right there. We're doing some numbers with that for sure. Now, as far as the gear talents go, we're talking Perfect Adrenaline Rush with Intimidate. Pretty straightforward right there. I mean, again, pretty much the go-to, but I have a couple things in the back of my head that are going to swap those two out right there, and I think it's going to be just as effective, if not more. So stay tuned for that one right there. Now, as far as the brand sets go, we're talking 4-piece Hunter's Fury, 1-piece Walker, 1-piece Sokolov. Real straightforward on that. Nothing hard to go out and find. The Hunter's Fury is dropping like hotcakes for me, so definitely go out and get these pieces. Now, as far as the defense goes, 726,000 armor. We have 217,804 armor on a kill. 217k armor on a kill. Gotta love that there. Gotta love that right there. 330,000 max health, and we have 33,000 health on a kill. 330,000 health on a kill. I mean, I love that right there. I absolutely love that, especially for status effects and things like that. Whew, that really burns down your health bar. This will help you out a lot. Got a little bit of health regen, pulse resistance, all this, blah, blah, blah. A little bit of resistance, nothing too crazy. And as far as the skills go, we pretty much already went over those. Nothing too crazy right there, just the Crusader Shield and the Defender Drone. So I hope you enjoyed, guys, and I'll catch you on the next one. And there you have it, my Hunter's Faith SMG Chatterbox build for TU11. I hope you all enjoyed and found this video helpful. If you did, please do me a huge favor and smash that like button. Subscribe for future Division content if you are new to the channel. Hit me up on Twitter, and feel free to drop a comment down there below. Now, I probably will be doing a couple other builds, at least one more surrounding this gear brand, so definitely stay tuned for that. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you on the next one. Be safe out there, guys. Take it easy. Later.